My dear child, have you ever felt lost, like you're wandering in the wilderness without a path to follow? Such a feeling can be overwhelming, a sensation akin to being adrift in an ocean of uncertainty with no land in sight. It's a struggle that many of us encounter, a battle we wage within ourselves, often in silence and solitude. Imagine, if you will, a boat caught in a storm. The waves crash against the hull relentlessly, the wind howls like a wild beast, and the darkness is all-encompassing. That boat, my dear child, is a reflection of the human soul navigating the tempest of life. It's a metaphor that embodies our shared experiences of loneliness, confusion, and despair. Now consider a traveler lost in a vast desert, wading through an endless sea of sand. The sun blazes overhead, offering no respite. The horizon is a mirage that dances ever out of reach, and each step forward feels like a step backward. This traveler, much like the boat, is a symbol of us, of our daily struggles, of our quest for meaning and purpose in a world that often seems devoid of both. Or perhaps you're more like a climber, scaling the sheer cliff face of life's challenges. With each handhold, you pull yourself a little higher, a little closer to your goal. But the higher you climb, the heavier your burdens become, and the more perilous your journey. It's a daunting task, one that can seem insurmountable, especially when you're standing at the foot of the mountain, looking up at the peak that's shrouded in clouds. It's as if you're carrying a heavy load, with each step more challenging than the last. The weight of the world rests on your shoulders, and it's all you can do to keep moving forward. But remember, even in the darkest nights, there's always a glimmer of hope. Often in the midst of these trials, you may feel alone, but you are never alone, for I'm always with you. Let's talk about faith, a potent force that can offer solace and power during tough times. It's like a beacon, a lighthouse in a storm, guiding us, giving us hope when the winds of life are blowing hard. Imagine a ship in the middle of a tempestuous sea. The waves are towering, the winds are howling, and it seems as though all is lost. But then the ship's captain spots a lighthouse in the distance. That beacon of light gives him hope, direction, and the strength to navigate the storm. That's the power of faith. It can guide you through the most tumultuous storms of life. We all have our own storms to weather, our own trials to overcome. Perhaps you feel like you're in the middle of a storm right now. But here's the thing, faith can be your lighthouse, your beacon of hope. It can give you a sense of direction and purpose, helping you navigate the challenges of life. Remember, faith isn't just about believing in something greater than yourself. It's about trusting in that belief, even when the going gets tough. It's about knowing that no matter how fierce the storm, you have a guiding light to lead you through it. In the face of adversity, faith can be your guiding light, leading you out of the darkness and into the light. So, where do you go from here? How do you find your way out of the wilderness? The answer, my dear child, is simpler than you might think. The path forward is not made of stones or sand, but of faith. This is not merely a faith in a higher power, but a faith in yourself, in your ability to overcome, to endure, to thrive. It is a faith that says, yes, I am strong, yes, I can face this, yes, I will persevere. This faith is not a passive acceptance of what comes your way, but an active force, a powerful tool that you wield to carve your path through the wilderness. It is a light that shines in the darkest corners, illuminating the way forward, dispelling doubts and fears. But how do you foster this faith? You start by taking small steps. You start by believing in your strength, in your worth, in your potential. You start by acknowledging the power within you, the power to overcome, to rise, to conquer. You start by embracing the fact that you are not a mere wanderer lost in the wilderness, but a courageous explorer charting your own path. And as you walk this path, know that you are not alone. You are surrounded by love, by support, by the guiding hand of faith. Remember, my dear child, you have the power to overcome any obstacle. With faith as your guide, you can find your way out of the wilderness and into the light. For you are stronger than you know, and you are never alone.